Good morning, everybody. I'd like to thank you all for being here and welcome to Hampton Beach on a beautiful Friday before Memorial Day weekend. As we approach Memorial Day, we'd first like to ask everybody to remember what this weekend is truly about. Our thoughts go out to families, friends, brothers and sisters in arms of those who have offered the ultimate sacrifice for the freedoms that we hold so dear. I'd like to thank Commissioner Robert Quinn from the New Hampshire Department of Safety and his team for the continued support and partnership with the Hampton Police Department in our mission to enhance public safety and keep our roadways and our waterways safe. Our commitment to collaboration is essential in ensuring the highest level of safety to the state of New Hampshire. This Memorial Day weekend, the Hampton Police Department will be partnering with our state, local, county, and community partners to ensure that our roadways and beaches remain a safe place to live, work, and play. We're asking for the public's assistance in accomplishing these goals by being responsible when it comes to the consumption of alcohol. Our message is clear: do not drink and drive. Hampton Police will be increasing patrols to monitor for driving violations and impaired drivers, and we hope to see a lot of visitors on our beautiful beach area this weekend, but we ask that visitors do so responsibly and safely. At this time, I'm pleased to introduce the Department of Safety, Commissioner Robert Quinn.
Well, thank you, Chief Reno, and good morning, everyone. We're here today to talk about public safety preparations for this upcoming summer season and offer just a few tips on how New Hampshire residents and visitors can stay safe. We hold this event at the start of Memorial Day every year in Hampton in hopes to prevent tragedies and life-changing events across the state. I want to begin by thanking Chief Reno and Chief McMahon from Hampton for their continued partnership and the great work that they do here year after year. We try to educate and encourage everyone on a variety of topics in an effort to promote good decision-making. Decisions that can be the smallest difference of a good day versus a bad day, and decisions that can significantly risk your own life or the lives of others. This year, our theme is impairment. Today, you'll hear from a variety of our state and local partners about the dangers and consequences of actions and activities that involve alcohol and drug use. Whether you're driving a vehicle, driving a boat, or just swimming in the ocean. While we want everyone to have an enjoyable summer, it's important that celebrations are held safely. While we in public safety work proactively to maintain that safety, we can't do it alone. We need everyone's in partnership, including the support of all the people you see here today with me this morning. Really, it's as simple as this. People, if they see something, make a phone call, be part of our safety team. If you look behind me, this team is incredible. They're working very hard. We've got representation from our Fire Academy, Marine Patrol, 911, the DMV, police, fire, EMS. It's incredible, the fire marshal. So I just want the public to know that they can be part of this team. Be responsible, and when you see something that you think you need to report, pick up the phone and do it. We've got our 911 director here, Mark Doyle, who'll speak a little further about that. I'm pleased to be joined by various state and local leaders and agencies here today. We could not do this without their commitment. One of those leaders who's been a great partner in public safety is Executive Counselor Janet Stevens, and I'd like to introduce her next. Thank you, Counselor.
Good morning. I'm Executive Counselor Janet Stevens. I represent 32 towns and cities in Rockingham County. Highway fatalities in '22 increased by 20%. In 2023, 39 motorcyclists lost their lives on New Hampshire roadways. This is the highest increase since official tracking began a decade ago. 5 of the 11 most dangerous roadways in the state of New Hampshire are in my district. And over a recent 2-year span, 7,000 crashes occurred. And when you factor in that Rockingham County has the highest amount of fatal alcohol and or drug-related crashes in the state, it's alarming, it's disturbing, and it has to stop. I am grateful for the New Hampshire law enforcement at the state, county, local level, the Office of Highway Safety, which have increased saturation patrols within my district to enforce the laws of the state with the goal of protecting the public. Last summer, with the support of Commissioner Quinn, The 2-month saturation on Route 125, with a particular focus in Brentwood, resulted in 300 stops. Heading into the summer months, law enforcement throughout this state will be ramping up to enforce the laws of the state with the goal, once again, of protecting the public. Our law enforcement professionals cannot tackle this problem alone. Every driver on our New Hampshire roadways needs to step up as well. More than 90% of vehicle crashes are preventable. We know that 3 is the key to reducing highway accidents. Don't drive impaired, don't speed, no texting, and keep your eyes on the road. No text message is worth a life-altering injury or worse, a fatality. We know that 26% of our fatalities in the state of New Hampshire on our roadways occur over the next 3 months. Please follow the laws of the state of New Hampshire and be safe this summer. And I do want to give a shout out to our Hampton Beach State lifeguard team. They are nationally recognized, and again, last summer, they saved a record amount of lives on our beaches last summer. So let's show great respect to our Hampton Beach lifeguards this summer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilor Stevens. I'd like next to introduce and bring up Commissioner Sarah Stewart, who's been a great colleague and partner.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good morning. My name is Sarah Stewart. I serve as the Commissioner of the New Hampshire Department of Natural and Cultural Resources, and in that role, I oversee our entire New Hampshire State Park system. We're very excited to kick off another busy summer throughout the state, and I have a few reminders. All of our inland beaches in our state park system are swim at your own risk, and I would recommend that before you visit a state park, that you go to our website, nhstateparks.org, and here you can get information about the rules at the state park. You can make a reservation to make sure that your family has a spot there. And you can also learn more about the area before you show up, which all helps to create a safe, memorable experience. I'd like to introduce our New Hampshire State Beach Patrol Chief, Pat Murphy, and he'll talk more specifically about our seacoast beaches. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Pat Murphy. I'm the Chief of the New Hampshire State Beach Patrol. Heading into Memorial Day weekend is the official kickoff to summer. We'll have lifeguards covering Hampton Beach, Genesee Beach, and Wallace Sands. One of our biggest recommendations is swim when the lifeguards are on duty. We'll have a fully staffed crew, but when lifeguards are on duty on the main beach from 9 to 5:30, please swim at those times. Last year we had over 9,000 alcohol violations. To start off this year, we have already had 1,200. Please leave your alcohol at home. The ocean, swimming, and alcohol do not mix. It creates a more dangerous situation. When you come to the beach, please check with the lifeguards when you get here. Check for where the rip currents are. Our lifeguards are trained, they are very professional, and they will help you swim in a safe area. We want everyone to enjoy the summer, enjoy the beaches here on New Hampshire Seacoast. Our state parks are one of the most beautiful beaches in the country, and our lifeguards are some of the top lifeguards also in the country. We want everyone to have a safe and enjoyable summer, but please do so by following the rules, and please leave your alcohol at home. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Murphy. Next up, I'd like to introduce Lieutenant Chris Storm, member of the New Hampshire State Police, who oversees the Office of Highway Safety. Lieutenant?
Morning, everyone. So the New Hampshire State Police welcomes all residents and visitors to the state to enjoy what New Hampshire has to offer, while at the same time promoting safe and responsible driving on our interstate system and all of our roadways throughout New Hampshire. We ask that everyone drives courteously and respects other drivers on our roadways. While enjoying New Hampshire and driving to your destination, it is important to avoid distractions and focus on the roadway for everyone's safety. We ask that you please plan a designated and sober driver and use alternative transportation if you plan to consume alcoholic beverages. Remember, safe driving practices are essential for enjoying New Hampshire and everything that New Hampshire has to offer. We continue to encounter people who don't make smart choices while they're driving. under the influence of alcohol. We ask them again to get a sober driver. Our efforts to rid our roadways of drunk and impaired drivers will continue throughout the weekend, throughout the summer, and throughout the year. New Hampshire State Police will continue our partnership with the Office of Highway Safety and local partners to ensure that all of our roadways in New Hampshire are safe. Please, again, a reminder, please drive courteously, don't drive distracted, and always have a plan to get home safely. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Storm. When we talk about safe roadways and safe highways, I'm honored to have Commissioner William Cass of the DOT here, who can speak to just how important their partnership is in engineering and providing safe travel across the strait. Commissioner?
Good morning. DOT is really proud to be a partner with all of the state police and local police in keeping our roads safe and keep traffic moving throughout the summer season and all year long. So we will be out there on the roads with law enforcement. We maintain the motor service patrols on the busy corridors to help broke down drivers. We also maintain the traffic management center and providing real-time traffic information through the newengland511.org, so it's a great place to check and monitor and plan your trips with real-time traffic information. Summer season in New Hampshire also tends to be construction season, and once again, we have a very busy construction season on the highways. We are moving a lot more and more work to the off-peak hours and nighttime work so as not to impede traffic, but it also exposes a lot more of those construction work zones to impaired drivers and distracted drivers. So I think 65% of our highway contractors report work zone accidents or motor vehicle intrusions into the work zone, which is kind of an alarming number. It presents a danger to not only our workers, but a danger to the drivers on the road as well, too. So we ask that people please be aware of this situation, really pay attention, especially in work zones through the year where there are many changes day to day and week to week, and ask folks to keep your heads up and put your phones down. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'd next like to introduce Liquor Enforcement Sergeant Bullock, who's got some important advice for maintaining safety throughout the summer. Sarge?
Good morning. Thank you, Commissioner Quinn, Executive Counselor Stevens, and Chief Reno for inviting us today. For those of you that I haven't had the pleasure to meet, I'm Glenn Bullock from New Hampshire Liquor Commission, Division of Enforcement and Licensing. We are excited to collaborate with our Hampton Beach licensees, along with our local, county, and state law enforcement partners for this holiday weekend. We'll be using the same model as last year, compliance through our education platform, which we've been successful with over the last 7 years. We have found that this platform has become the foundation for responsible service and sales. Inevitably, this creates a safe environment for those visiting our licensed establishments and for those people that reside in these communities. Our dedicated investigators are meeting with the 73 local licensees, along with the seasonal licenses opening on a daily basis in this region. They're handing out our merchant education packets to assist in responsible business practices. The success of our educational initiative prior to any event is to highlight the key concepts of safely and responsibly selling and serving alcohol. We believe this is a recipe for licensee success, and in turn, their success is our success. Thank you very much for your time, and have a safe and fun Memorial Day weekend and summer here at Hampton Beach.
Thank you, Sergeant Bullock. I'd next like to introduce Lieutenant Erwin Malloy, who commands the New Hampshire State Police Marine Patrol Bureau. Lieutenant?
Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for joining us today. I'm Lieutenant Erwin Malloy with the New Hampshire State Police Marine Patrol Unit. Boating has always been a popular activity in the state of New Hampshire. Over 100,000 boats were registered in this state last year alone. That does not even include other watercraft such as kayaks, canoes, paddleboards, and some sailboats. If you factor in swimmers, tubers, and other recreational activities that take part on our rivers, lakes, and oceans, New Hampshire waterways become extremely busy during this time of the year. We want everyone enjoying New Hampshire waters to have fun and most importantly, be safe. New Hampshire State Police Marine Patrol would like to share the following advice regarding boating safely. First, always boat sober. Operating a boat under the influence of alcohol or drugs is not only illegal, it is also extremely dangerous. Alcohol and drugs can be even more hazardous on water than on land. The waves, vibration, engine noise, sun, wind spray, and other stressors can accelerate the effects of drugs and alcohol and impact the driver's impairment. So always designate a sober pilot. Next, wear a life jacket. Children under the age of 13 are required to wear a United States Coast Guard approved life jacket at all times when underway on a vessel. Wearing a life jacket is also good practice for everyone on board. And finally, be courteous to others on the water. Stay mindful of other boaters and swimmers, and keep a safe distance. Keep your wake low when near other boats, swimmers, or the shore. Remember, have fun this summer on New Hampshire waterways and be safe. Always boat responsibly, pay attention, slow down, and don't take any risks on the water. Thank you, and have a great summer.
Thank you, Lieutenant Malloy. Next up, I'd like to introduce our State Fire Marshal, Sean Toomey, who wants to speak to a couple of things that I think will impact visitors across the state who are going to enjoy this weekend and the entire summer. Marshal?
Thank you, Commissioner. Good morning. As you prepare for your summer gatherings, we want you to keep a few fire safety tips in mind. Impairment can contribute to accidents and injuries. When traveling, don't forget to be familiar with your exits and make sure you have working smoke and carbon monoxide alarms in the residences that you're staying in. When grilling, keep things that can burn away and don't grill on decks and balconies. When you're contemplating outside burning, please obtain permits through the Forest and Lands Bureau. And if you choose to use fireworks, buy only fireworks that are from our New Hampshire licensed retail stores and use them as directed. The other option is to enjoy one of the professional shows throughout the state. We'd like to wish everyone an enjoyable and fire-safe summer. Thank you.
Thanks, Marshal Toomey. Next up is our partners from New Hampshire Fish and Game, who will be extremely busy this weekend and all summer. And it's an honor to introduce Sergeant Hawks.
Good morning. I'm Sergeant Jeremy Hawks, the New Hampshire Fish and Game Department. As warmer weather approaches, New Hampshire's approximate 40 conservation officers will be busy with search and rescue calls, wildlife calls, and off-highway recreational vehicle incidents. This is in addition to their everyday law enforcement duties. Residents and visitors of our state can help alleviate these calls by following common sense procedures when recreating outdoors. More specifically, while operating off-highway recreational vehicles, including trail bikes, ATVs, and UTVs, wear the appropriate safety gear, obey all New Hampshire's OHRV laws, and operate within your capabilities and the capabilities of your machine. Most important, refrain from using alcohol or drugs, which may impair your abilities to operate an all-terrain vehicle. Keep in mind, most of these vehicles aren't equipped with seatbelts or airbags found in conventional motor vehicles, and your likelihood of injury increases when adding some kind of impairment into the equation. Conservation officers consistently respond to OHRV crashes involving injuries and fatalities. As such, they'll be patrolling the trails and roads to help prevent these incidents from taking place. Also keep in mind, DUIs on an OHRV carry the same penalties as a DUI in a motor vehicle. So remember, any kind of drug or alcohol impairment on an OHRV can put you or worse, someone else at risk for serious injury. The New Hampshire Fish and Game Department wants you to enjoy the legal trails safely this summer, and free OHRV safety digest can be found at many stores throughout our state, at New Hampshire Fish and Game offices, and can be downloaded from wildnewhampshire.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant Hawks. And last, I'd like to introduce the Director of Emergency Services and Communications, which many of you know as 911 Director Mark Doyle.
Thank you, Commissioner, and good morning. My name is Mark Doyle. I'm fortunate enough to serve as the Director of the Division of Emergency Services and Communications, overseeing 911 operations within the Department of Safety. With the summer season upon us, New Hampshire experiences a surge in tourism and recreational activities. With that being said, we'd like to emphasize the importance and preparedness for both residents and visitors alike. While calling 911 can be a stressful experience, knowing what to expect can significantly ease that process. It's important to understand that responders may already be on the way while you are talking to the telecommunicator at 911. Try your best to remain calm and answer the telecommunicator's questions to the best of your ability. So emergencies can occur and do occur unexpectedly and affect anyone, regardless of location or time. Providing detailed location information is paramount for New Hampshire 911 to connect you with the assistance you need. And familiarizing yourself with your surroundings can help emergency crews locate you faster. Descriptive information such as street names, landmarks, other location descriptors can assist us in pinpointing your exact location. 911 remains the primary number to call for emergencies, guaranteeing that help is already available and when needed. If you cannot speak or it's unsafe to speak, you can text 911 in New Hampshire. As always, call if you can and text if you can. Our team operates around the clock, utilizing robust technology to locate, communicate with, and connect people in an emergency with the help that they need. Our New Hampshire 911 telecommunicators are best equipped to provide the most efficient emergency response. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Director Doyle. In closing, I think what you've heard from this tremendous and amazing team is many of these tragedies and losses of life can be prevented, and we appreciate your partnership and your support to help everyone have a safe summer. We appreciate you being here and braving the sun there, and we're happy to answer a few questions if anyone's got a question for anyone on the team.
Any idea? I know we said that tourism is up. Any idea of how many people might be coming to the state either this weekend or this summer? Just to throw a stat on you.
Maybe traffic counts, Commissioner Cass, do we expect?
Typically on through the turnpike and stuff on these busy summer weekends, we see over 100,000 vehicles coming through, say, the Hooksett tolls or the Hampton tolls on average. Word is, that traffic patterns have returned to pre-COVID or even exceeded pre-COVID peaks, especially on the summer weekends as people are getting out and stuff more. So we do expect a pretty busy traffic on the highways.
Chief Murphy, do you expect to see this beach full?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
Commissioner, do you have, or any of you have any issues with staffing or filling positions this summer?
Yeah, well, you do hear that there are staffing issues. All of our shifts will be filled. There'll be no impact to public safety. We've coordinated with Chief Reno, and I'll let him speak for himself, but we don't see any issues here, and calls will get answered, and we'll maintain public safety. Chief?
Just to throw a quick stat to you for as far as tourism goes here, Hampton specifically has a year-round population of 16,000, but in the summer season it usually bounces between 135 to 150,000 people, making us the largest metropolis area here in the state of New Hampshire, above Manchester for 3 months out of the year. As far as staffing goes, as the commissioner had explained, law enforcement has staffing issues that you may hear about. But through coordination with all of our partners, State Police has sent more troopers down here earlier in the season than they normally do. We'll utilize assistance from our local and our county partners to make sure that it's a seamless operation and that we continue to work together. So that's why this partnership behind me is so important, because without them we would be struggling and people would notice that. But you won't see that because of the dedication of the officers behind me. Thank you.
I think what the chief says, it just goes to show the dedication and commitment of those who are working. And I know Chief Murphy would like to speak to the contingency of the Hampton lifeguards as well.
You asked about staffing. So our lifeguard staff, the New Hampshire State Beach Patrol, is roughly 80 ocean lifeguards, and we will be fully staffed throughout the summer. So right around Father's Day is when most of our ocean lifeguards are back from school or done with college. So around Father's Day, all our beaches will be open and we will be fully staffed the entire summer.
What are the hours for the lifeguards?
The hours vary on different beaches, but starting tomorrow on Hampton Beach, it's 9 to 5:30. Wallace Sands is 10 to 5. Genesee State Park is 10:15 to 4:45. That's for this weekend and going through the rest of the summer. Once we open North Beach in Hampton, it will be 10:15 to 5, and then Northampton State Park, once that opens, will be 10:15 to 4:45.
Anything else? Thank you, and I want to thank Tyler Dumont, our PIO, for putting this together. But thank you, and have a great summer and a safe weekend to each of you as well. And thank everybody for coming. I know you're extremely busy. This is really important, though, and I can't thank all of you enough.